You may have stumbled upon this video because you're thinking of moving to Texas. And if you want to move to the Great Texas Triangle, then I can't stop you. However, I can introduce you to one of the newest states in the US, and that is Oklahoma. Oklahoma became a state in 1907. So Oklahoma became the 46th state in the Union. 46. Texas became a state in 1845, so it was the 26th state in the Union. This helps explain some of the vast differences between population and also culture between the two states. Oklahoma prior to 1907 was divided into two different parts, Oklahoma Territory and Indian Territory. Indian Territory was the forced destination for many indigenous tribes prior to 1907. Texas, prior to 1845, was embroiled in the Mexican-American War. Hold your fire. Then actually was its own republic or its own country for about 10 years prior to statehood. Hopefully by now, you know that Texas and Oklahoma are neighboring states. The terrain in Oklahoma is characterized by plains, hills, and then also a few mountains. Very small, very old mountains. Those mountains are the Wichitas, Washitas, Arbuckles, and then sometimes people say that the Ozarks are also present in Oklahoma. Texas honestly has a lot more varied terrain. There are plains and there are hills and there are mountains and there is also desert and coastline. Texas actually has two of its own national parks, Big Bend National Park and the Guadalupe Mountains. In Texas, you may have more opportunities for recreation, just to be perfectly honest with you. Different things that you could do in Texas would be like floating down the river in New Braunfels, which looks amazing to me. Also, the outdoor wonderland that is Austin, Texas, and then other things like swimming in the ocean in Galveston. And yes, I understand there is a lot more to do than just those things in the outdoors in Texas. In Oklahoma, there's also lots of opportunities for outdoor recreation. Lake life is a very big deal in Oklahoma. We have over 200 lakes in Oklahoma. It's not really my jam. I'm more apt to go hiking, probably in the Arbuckle Mountains, which are my favorite. Another popular summertime activity is going to be floating down the Illinois River in a tube or a canoe, and that usually starts in Tahlequah. People question me ferociously about tornadoes, and we have tornadoes in Oklahoma, and they have tornadoes in Texas. It's really not that big of a difference in terms of weather as far as tornadoes goes. Texas, because it's further south, tends to be warmer than Oklahoma. Oklahoma is like more temperate. Texas is just kind of hot a lot. Whenever I'm in Austin, San Antonio, or Houston, my hair just kind of curls up from the humidity, which is also worse in Texas than it is in Oklahoma. It is markedly cooler to me in Oklahoma. Oklahoma experiences ice storms, but so does Texas. We all heard news of that one giant ice storm that Texas had that it really did a lot of damage within the state. Oklahoma has more ice storms, so it tends to be a little bit more prepared. Oklahoma will experience more snow than Texas. However, Texas also gets a lot of the same ice storms that Oklahoma does. And from what it looks like, Oklahoma tends to be a little bit more prepared for those ice storms than Texas. Texas and Oklahoma are both in the top 6 of crude oil producing states in the US. Texas is number 1 and produces about 43% of the crude oil that comes out of the US. Oklahoma stands at number 6 for this count and produces about 3.5% of the crude oil that comes out of the US. The top 3 industries that drive growth in Texas are going to be the super sector, which includes utilities, transportation, and trade. Business services are going to stand at number 2, and that's going to be like architectural services and engineering. Education and health is number 3 for Texas. 8 out of the top 25 employers, or the largest 25 employers in Texas, are going to be hospitals or research facility. Across industries, the largest employers are found in advanced manufacturing, aerospace and defense, and biotechnology. McKesson, ExxonMobil, and AT&T are all headquartered in Texas. In Oklahoma, the major employment sectors are going to be aerospace and defense and agriculture and bioscience. In terms of employment, the largest employer in the state of Oklahoma is the Department of Defense, and Tinker Air Force Base is the largest single-site employer in Oklahoma. Other employers in Oklahoma are going to be Walmart, Integris Health, the Chickasaw Nation, and also Oklahoma State University. Hobby Lobby, Hilti, Love's Travel Stops, and Quick Trip are all headquartered in Oklahoma. I'm Marcie Billen, and I am a real estate agent in the Oklahoma City metro. Hopefully this helped you with some insight of Oklahoma versus Texas. If this did help you, please hit that like button so that other people can see this video too. And make sure to come back for part 2, where I cover education and politics.